Yo, what is going on, guys? So I just thought it'd be cool to make a little video on this. Got a really cool story. This is my grandpa's 37 Buick Century. He actually did a full frame off restoration of this back in like 96 or 98, and then he ended up selling it in 2006 or 2007 because he had bought a Roush. But he actually ended up, somebody found it in a forum, and then he bought it back like last October. So pretty cool story. Didn't have it for a while and ended up getting it back, and the guy that he bought it from actually only put 60 miles on it, which is insane because he owned it for so long. He's just a car collector and he got his baby back, but won a lot of awards for this thing. It is completely original. But yeah, it's just super cool though, like seeing a car like this in the garage. Like, you don't see these very often at all. And this is a pretty, like, I don't think a lot of them had this color. I don't think it's an original color. He found it in like a magazine or something and just like loved the color, but this color just looks awesome on it. And he actually had another one that he had bought that he repainted to this color, but it just had a lot of issues with it, so he ended up selling it. And then he got one of these GS 350. But then once they found this in the forum, they just like, he just had to like have it back because he always regretted selling this car, and he actually got it back, so that's pretty cool. But I just wanted to do a quick little like review on it, like showing you the car. But this is it. Quick little walk around of the car. This is the interior. So all this like wood grain he actually did himself. He used like a sponge in like 2 different colors to try to like get the grain in there. Try to show you that. Looks awesome. Everything is like just how he like got it when he had done it, and then bought it back from the other owner. And everything is exactly the same, he said. And this is a 3-speed. It feels super weird driving this compared to, he actually let me drive it yesterday. It feels completely different from these newer cars. This thing feels like a boat because it's so long, but super cool to drive. You gotta really slam the door shut too. And he also added these little wheel wells in because they weren't there when he originally got it. But he's got a whole book of like everything he did. I'll try to show that. But he had to cut all this out. He said this was all like smashed in, so he had to redo that. Even the tires that he's got on here are the ones that he had put on when he gave it to the guy when he sold it. But this one, back in the day, this was the fully optioned out one. So this thing had everything. But another funny thing that I found funny was these mirrors are like, the car is so big, but the mirrors are so small. Like, they're kind of useless, but I mean, there's really not a lot of blind spots in the car when you're driving it. But I just thought that was funny because the car is so big. And this is an option, like this is a functional vent that you can open and close from the inside. It'll bring a lot of air in, so that's cool. Just wanted to show the underneath too. Show you how clean it is. There's no rust underneath this thing. Right now he's in North Carolina, so I mean, can't really expect too much rust here. But Looks really good for the year, being that it's 80 something years old. Like the only real flaw on it is right here, which he's gonna fix. It's starting to bubble. You can see that. There's a little bit of a hole. And then I've noticed some little like cracking in the paint, but he did everything, like all the paint stuff he did himself. There's a little bit of kind of like chipping, I guess, here. Super small. Otherwise, this thing's in amazing shape. Not many swirls on the paint or anything. It's in the garage right now, so it's kind of hard to see everything, but hopefully later we can take it out. It's a nice day. Try to show you the doors. These are cool. So it lifts up. And you just rest it. But here's the engine bay. Super, super clean. And when he bought this back, the engine actually was like all like seized up. So he had to end up breaking it loose just because I guess it wasn't run for so long and everything was just dried up. So he had to soak everything for a while and then ended up breaking it loose finally, and now the thing runs perfect, just like he rebuilt it before. Just shot of the other side. He said they call this a straight 8, I guess because it's in a straight line. He said it makes about 130 horsepower too, which is funny because it doesn't sound like it's a lot of power, but this thing actually gets up and goes like pretty well, which I'm kind of surprised about because it's so big. It's like a boat and it's so heavy. Like this thing is so solid. But it actually is pretty quick. He said he's had this over 100 before, and it wasn't even like a big deal for it at all. I could keep going. I guess the way it's geared and everything else. Just wanted to show off some more shots of like the interior. So here's from the passenger side. Well, everything is in great shape. He said the only thing that doesn't work in here right now is the defroster, so he's got to get a new motor for that. But he said that's super cheap and can fix that real easily. But other than that, everything else like works very well. Oh, actually, also besides the radio is like hit or miss. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So that might be something he's got to get fixed too. And then here's the rear. A lot of room back here. It's also got an ashtray in here. He also had another one of these that he didn't actually have this ashtray, but when we were kids, we used to play with this all the time, just messing around with it. I used to have E.T. and Shrek back here, little stuffed animals, but you don't got them in there anymore. So you said this is your lights?
Yep.
Turn signals.
Yep.
E-brake right here.
Yep.
High beams. Your clutch, your brake, your gas. For the vent right here. Then you said this is for your heater. Turn it on and off.
Yep.
Throttle. Radio. Cigarette lighter. 4-speed. 1 up reverse. Down first. Up second. Down third. Clock.
And the heater underneath the...
Heater under there. Hard to see though. And then an ashtray right here that pulls out.
Well, you didn't take a picture of the heater during the day then.
And then your windshield wipers right here. Here's a shot of the trunk. It's actually pretty big. But he's also got an original Motors auto repair manual with it, which is pretty cool. So I guess just showing you a little bit of it. That's pretty cool. And then he's got his original album. So this is what the car looked like when he first got it. Like all the things he did to it. This thing was in rough shape. But he literally did everything to this car. See there, he's got it off the frame. I think my favorite part of the whole car is the back though. I just love the way it looks. Like the way all the body lines and stuff are. It just looks so cool to me. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed looking at this little dime. But pretty cool story. I mean, to be able to like redo your car and then you sell it and then get it back and it only has 60 miles more on it and you get it back a bunch of years later. That's pretty cool when it's in the same shape that he redid it in. So cool story. You don't really hear about that too much. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna put in some clips of like us driving it and stuff. I might be able to get some more like shots of it outside because in the garage it doesn't do it justice with this paint job. But this car is so cool and he's probably gonna keep it till he does now. And then it'll probably get passed on to my uncle.
Yeah, happy to have it back.
Alright, that's gonna finish this video. So here it is, complete original 37. Everything 100% original. Well, if you enjoyed this 37, if you can just drop this video a like, it really helps the channel out, it helps this video out. And if you could subscribe, that really helps a lot. I hope to do a lot more cool stuff like this, but hope you guys enjoyed.